What's up, Brad Aiden Johnson here, and I haven't really done a video on exactly the problem, my exact injury. I mean, I did it in the cut, but maybe that wasn't what that was about. I'm just gonna do it exactly on my injury and explain what it was and how I got it and, you know, all of that. When I started training, I started on a routine that I've linked to before. I'm gonna put a link here. It was an upper body routine that required you to do a whole bunch of things, but namely 4-second push-ups, which are really difficult push-ups, right? It was really cardio intense. It's essentially a dumbbell complex, and I've got a similar one on my YouTube channel, but I did that in honor of that because it's the thing that got me out of being out of shape and into being in shape. Yeah, so I started doing that, and on the off days of that, because I trained every single day in 2012, from when I started training, I didn't miss a single day. I trained every single day, whether it was cardio or weightlifting. I trained every day. I trained 330 days in a row, in fact, before I got flu and couldn't train for a few days. That's the only reason I didn't get my full year. I really wanted that full year. Anyway, now what happened is for the 4-second push-ups, it was 8 4-second push-ups for sets of 8. So I'd do 64 4-second push-ups, right? And then I had this HIIT routine that I was doing, which included a thing called dynamic push-ups. So basically your legs moved like that as you did the push-ups. These were all created by Mike Chang, Six Pack Shortcuts. That's where I started with my fitness, as many people do, because you got to start somewhere, right, when you don't know. Anyway, so I was doing those. What it turned out to be is that on my on days I was doing 64 push-ups, and I was doing about 70 odd, I think it was 80, 10 sets of about 7 to 8, it's about 75, call it. On my off days, I was doing push-ups like crazy. Not just push-ups, these crazy 4-second push-ups, crazy, you know, split push-ups. It battered my shoulder. Now I don't know what it did at that point because my injuries really evolved and changed over time, but I know that I hurt my shoulder hurt, and when I used to do upright rows, they used to hurt. And anyway, at some point I grew out of doing that routine, and I wanted to start lifting heavy, so, you know, I got heavier dumbbells, and I started the twin muscle workout inspired split push-pull legs. Now I've done another video explaining how my workouts have gone and evolved. I linked to it here, but basically, I trained from my very first session, from before my very first session, through until all of 2012, from the start of January, I've had a shoulder issue, right? Now, it's always affected me. At first it meant I couldn't do dips, and eventually I could do dips, but I couldn't do certain other, well, I could always do things, I just kind of pushed through the pain, but it was always there, like, you know, it always hurt me. Now, lifting, I changed to a full body routine, and on the first day I changed to a full body routine, I was doing some bent over rows, and it just said to me, it felt like, the best way I can explain it is it felt like it was being torn out of the socket, but not torn like you pull something, like you tear it out, torn like paper, like someone went shh to my flesh. That's how it felt. So I put them down and I went, you know what, I've reached it. I always knew there was a point going to come where I couldn't train. I've reached it. I can't train. I can't deny it anymore. I realized when I stopped training that day, I realized when I was driving it was hurting, when I was opening doors it was hurting. You put it all to the back of your mind and just imagine it's not there because you want to train so bad, and that was like, okay, gotta admit, I'm injured, I can't train. So went to the physio, and what the injury turned out to be, and get some shoulder action going on here, was bicep tendonitis up here, which is an inflammation of the long tendon. It's a very long tendon that goes up into a groove here that the bicep connects to the shoulder with. And with this inflamed, it meant that it knocks about and jumps out of the joint a little bit, the little groove that it sits in, and causes pain and restricts me. Now, in addition to that, I have an impingement about here in the lateral head of my delt as well, which makes doing this, ow, difficult, and doing this, ow, difficult. Now, I've kind of healed a little bit from now, so I might have to actually exaggerate this for the video, but what the physio showed me is that I've had this injury so long that I've compensated for it, so that when I rotate my shoulders, let me see if I do it still, hopefully not. Now, I'm there. What I was doing is lifting my traps up there to do that rotation, whereas with that, it's just twists. With this, I can't do it, so I do that. Yeah, that is how bad it got. So to do the same motion on both sides, as you see, this side rises up more, my traps, which is how bad it got. So obviously I've needed to start again and repair all of this, which is why I'm out of the game for a while. Can't really do anything because even picking up weights and manipulating like plates and stuff is too much pain, so I can't really do that. But just to give you an update on where I am with the injury and show you how it's coming along, I've been doing a system. I've been taking a whole heap of these, in fact, which is ibuprofen. I take 6 ibuprofen a day. I ice it twice a day. I do a little bit of foam rolling every now and again. I have a program of stretches that I do twice a day that takes about 15 to 20 minutes to execute, including certain things like, you know, simple things like that, and yeah, and some more intricate stretches for the long head and stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I am definitely seeing improvement. I don't know how long it'll be yet, because it's one of the funny things, when you get injured, you have an injury for long, you forget that your arm is just meant to move freely. Like, you get so used to going, okay, that hurts, so just don't do it. It becomes subconscious, and you forget that your arm is meant to work. And I'm looking forward to my arm just completely working, for me to just go with my arm and just not feel anything at all. There's no way I would never do that with this arm. It would go crazy. So that's why I'm out of the game. I will be back soon. I'm gonna do a whole heap of videos to make sure, you know, guys know that I'm still here, I'm still coming fitness, and I'm visualizing, envisaging, picturing, and destroying this year still. When I get back, I'm gonna make gains, all the gains that I've lost. Hopefully my muscle memory thing kind of clicks in, and I get all those gains that I've lost back, because I am, of course, getting smaller in the time that I'm not training, which sucks. But yeah, I think this video's gone quite long enough. That's my injury, that's what's wrong with me. It is healing. I don't know how long I'll be back, but I will keep updating you, make sure you know, especially in the cut. brad@johnson@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace.